Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News and similarly casting on the Chris Tice's Creating podcast that we have on our Substack website. And we're here to talk about we got demonetized. Oops. Ouch. Not the best of topics to talk about. So we got a message last night from YouTube at around 8:30 that the channel was demonetized for two reasons, because we were reusing videos, and to be honest, I am, I'll put up my hand and say I'm partly guilty of that. We tend to promote some Nintendo videos and certain other videos that we thought would be cool just for people to see, like in YouTube shorts and things like that, because I've never taken YouTube shorts too seriously, because I don't think it's a real legitimate form of art, so to speak. And we have a lack of watch time hours. And there's a part of me that sort of, I think last night when I got the news, you get the sinking heart feeling like, oh, something really bad has happened. And I felt sort of devastated about it at first. But over time, when I was thinking about it over the next few hours and, you know, thinking about, well, we've lost all the ad revenue for the future of the channel. And we don't have memberships anymore. We don't have super chat anymore. We don't have the built-in connection to the merch store, which, that wasn't very successful. And I said to myself, I think this may be the best thing for me in a creative point of view. And I have been making moves away from YouTube in terms of people trying to donate to me and stuff like that. And, one of the main reasons is, number one, we never made a lot of money on YouTube. I've always been very thankful for people for doing the YouTube memberships over the years and the super chat donations. I think we made a grand total of about 1,500, which sounds like a lot of money. But when it's over 4 years and you add 5 years working to get to being monetized over an 8.5 year period, it's probably the lowest paid job apart from slavery. So in some ways I had to, adjust my mind and go, okay, this feels quite devastating, not being part of the partnership program, the YouTube partnership program, like the little exclusive club that you're part of, and go, well, Chris, you never made that much money out of it. And it was always hard to get memberships from people, right? And, and go, okay, this may be a blessing in disguise. And for me, I've always hated the term content creator, because it just reduces everyone to just a two-word job. Because I see myself as a writer and a video maker and a streamer. It reduces people who are photographers into content creators. It reduces people who are artists and illustrators into just a content creator. I think people who do this sort of creative work is a lot more than just a simplified term. And while it's gonna, I could appeal it, the decision, and apparently you can appeal it via video, which apparently is a 5-minute begging video to YouTube going, please monetize me again, and providing proof like scripts and things like that. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that, because I don't really keep scripts. I'm very much, I keep a very rough draft of what I've got to say, and I just say it out to the world. But for me, I worked for 5 years during the first 5 years to get monetized on the channel. And I got there and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I got memberships and super chats, and it sort of worn off on me over time. I didn't really care that much. But the biggest problem was that feeding the algorithm gods. You always thought about what's the next video that's going to get you views and hits, you know? And for me as a creative person who does stories and videos and things like that, I don't want to be dictated to on what type of content I like to do. And that's always been an issue for me dealing with YouTube, you know. And sure, I've reused some videos I've found online, and yeah, I've done the wrong thing here and there. But I know YouTubers who are on millions of views, or big YouTubers who do the same thing in a far, far worse case, and they've racked in millions of dollars. So, and I think because there was a certain short that's doing really well at the moment that got the attention of YouTube, and they went, look, we're going to cut off Nintendo engineers. It is what it is. But for me as a creative person, I didn't want to be thinking about, I have to make content that people will like and that the algorithm would like. I just like making content that I personally feel something for. It's always been the same thing for my stories. You know, I always go, you know, what's the next story I'd like to write or make? And I don't really think about the reader. I go, you know, if it's a good story or people enjoy it, people will read it and enjoy it. That's how I've always been like that since 1995, since I was a kid, 9 years old, writing Lego stories and things like that, and then going on to do The Legend Evermore and Seasons of the Moon and all the other stories that I've done since then. And Nitty Ninja, our little mascot here. So I felt kind of a bit devastated, but now relieved on not having to feed the algorithm. So I guess now I don't get paid anything from YouTube anymore from now. And there'll still be parts of me that will be like, oh, I'm not part of the partnered club. But to be honest, you know, there are some big YouTubers out there that don't monetize their work, and they have other means of income such as Patreon and a merch store, which we do have. It's not connected to the YouTube channel anymore because we demonetized. And we're trying to do something with that next year. Unfortunately, our artist DJ passed away a couple months ago, which has obviously made things difficult for us to try and work out what to do with that. And, you know, we'll work on that later on. But I thought that I felt like I needed to talk and explain about these things. And I'm not entirely innocent in this, but I think in some ways it's a blessing in disguise that I now can do the content that I want to do without worrying about, will people like this or not? And, you know, I did a little bit of, I guess, soul searching last night about what I really wanted in the channel. And for me, because I enjoy Nintendo games, I enjoy video games, but I enjoy streaming a lot because I'm a lonely person. I don't go out and see people in real life. I stay at home most of the time because I can't afford to go out to the pub and spend money or have meals. I use my streams as like a virtual pub. So people come to me online and we catch up and go, you know, how's your day, Dale or Pete or Necro or whoever comes in, or Bunny. And, you know, it's a way for me to catch up with people, and, you know, my socializing hours is online. And that's what I enjoyed the most. You know, it wasn't the views or, you know, the donations and things like that. It was just meeting all these really interesting people online. You know, Ivan from Romania, of all places. You know, just all these really fascinating, quirky characters that I met along the way. And that's something that I don't think money can buy, because, you know, all these different experiences that I like and enjoy. And it's something that, you know, being a YouTuber and doing things online that I've never been able to experience before, and talking about things that I enjoy, like, Nintendo and other things and all that exciting stuff, and playing different games and, all that sort of stuff. And I've always tried to be upfront and honest with people, and, being upfront and honest about, being demonetized. And, there'll be a period of mourning, I guess. But this is why I will show you now. We have this, the new Chris Tice's creating website, where ironically my third episode is when you feel like you failed as a YouTuber, which is ironic because a YouTube short is now making tens of thousands of views per day, and I'm getting a lot of subscribers, which is ironic because I'm now demonetized. But I don't think that really matters. I never wanted to be a streamer that had hundreds or thousands of people watching me. I always liked the idea of having like an intimate 20 or 30 people watching me, like a pub, like a pub meetup. You go there, play some games, you have a few drinks, you catch up with your buddies. How's life going? That sort of intimate, catch up with friends. And the reason why I did the Substack is that I can do a podcasty show. I can show off photos, like Floria, talk about things like sports, which is something I can't do on this channel. My writings here, of course, all my writings can be found here from the last 28 years. Remember, I used to do writings for 20 years before the 8.5 years of video work. I think that's something that a lot of people on the channel don't realize. So, I know this is a rambling video, but if you've been watching me for years, that's the type of content you're going to get. That's why I'm a small channel. I'm not like the other Nintendo channels or gaming channels where I clickbait you into switch to rumors and things like that. I will give the news to you straight and honest for 2 or 3 minutes. And that's what the algorithm gods don't like. They want you to clickbait the audience and talk about rumors. And, I would take this rumor for a grain of salt, but I'm going to still make a video about it and make you try to somewhat believe it and make you watch me. Most of the rumors that I see online about Nintendo, I don't even talk about because I know it's full of shit. So, I feel like I've run out of things to ramble on about. But yeah, I feel... I do feel a little devastated about losing the partnership thing. But I know, in my heart, I feel a little bit, it's a bit of a body blow, I'll be honest. But I know in my head that long term, this will be an okay thing. We have a monthly subscription to the Substack website that I just showed you, $6 a month. Same thing as YouTube membership, but you don't get the 30% tax that YouTube takes away from me. So it's 10%, which I think is good. And Substack is about supporting writers and their work that they do online, which is great because there's really nowhere for writers online to make money. It's a very, very hard environment online, to be honest. Even worse than YouTubing. And we do have our strip account one-off donations that we ironically made a couple weeks ago. So that's sort of come in at the right time. But, I will be positive about what has happened. And, we've got Super Mario Wonder this week on Friday. And we've got the birthday stream on Friday. So, I'll be pretty happy there. But, I might not be 100% feeling okay. But, I think in time that I will... I don't really want to be monetized. No. I think I want to just do the content that I want to do and not worry about you know, how can I make this video go viral? How much money I'm going to make from this video? Because like I don't think that really is what I wanted to set out doing creative work. So, well, I've ran out of things to say. Thank you for those who did sit through. Wow, 15 minutes. That's a long video. But I guess it's an important topic to address and talk about, you know, for those wondering where the memberships go and things like that. But yes, a big thank you to all for those who've been supporting over the years and keep on supporting us if you like. We'll keep doing the streams and videos. Not normal. It'll be like normal, but we're not getting any dollars and cents from YouTube in the future. But hey, if I didn't want to do this, I wouldn't have spent 8.5 years doing it. So, you know, must be something else. So, that is it for me, and I shall see you next time.